What are these movies? And where do they come from? I travel through Dante's levels of DVD hell to see if the occasional good movie can be found at the dollar store. Today I have 2 DVDs featuring Nicolas Cage. I'm a big fan of Cage, and I mean that in a non-ironic way. There are 2 Nick Cages, the one you see on screen, and the one who invented the role you're seeing. Cage reads the script of a movie and tries to add experiences from his life to make the character interesting. He created an acting style for himself that he calls Western Kabuki. His interviews about acting are fascinating, and I like the guy. The first DVD is 4 films featuring Nicolas Cage. The films are Trespass, Stolen, The Humanity Bureau, and Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. The cover art seems to suggest that even Nick Cage thinks this deal is too good to be true. Nick Cage has become the patron saint of the dollar store, with many of his movies getting dumped there. Liam Neeson is starting to catch up to him. Oddly, each of these movies has already been released at the dollar store in another form. The only reason I got this 4-pack was because I was curious as to how the disc was mastered. I was amazed to see all 4 movies together on a single side. I analyzed the disc with DVD shrink and saw it was at least dual layered. You can see that each movie is taking up about 2 gigs of space, and when you play them, they look terrible. I'm not surprised to see this was released by Echo Bridge Entertainment. This is a company that spends money to take natural resources from the earth to turn them into trash. Now, most movies at the dollar store aren't great, but Echo Bridge takes good movies and releases them the worst possible way. They released a DVD with a few movies produced by Roger Corman. One was Piranha, directed by Joe Dante. I thought, cool, I can have Piranha for $1, and there are some other movies included. I played Piranha, and it looked like it was transferred from VHS tape. That disc immediately got thrown away, so I don't have examples to show you. Of course I wasn't going to get Piranha for $1. What was I thinking? If we were a society that was serious about plastic, recycling, and the ocean, we'd stop Echo Bridge from releasing movies because all you can do with their discs is throw them away once you get them home. Avoid anything with their logo on it. Next is Vampire's Kiss. This was part of a series of DVDs from MGM that got dumped at the dollar store. It's a movie that's been released in a non-dollar store format, and there's a Blu-ray from Scream Factory. It's one of the only movies that Cage has done a commentary track on. He doesn't like to do them because he feels like he's giving his secrets away, but that's exactly what fans want.
I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire!
The dollar store version of Vampire's Kiss is a bare-bones disc. There's no menu, so the movie just starts to play automatically. There's no information on the cover about the aspect ratio, so I was surprised to see that it's widescreen. Now, the movie is insane. It's one of the cagiest movies that Nick Cage has done. He plays a man who thinks he's turning into a vampire, so he starts doing things he thinks a vampire would do. It's a movie where Cage famously ate a live cockroach. There's also a bizarre subplot where Cage torments one of his employees at the office by making her search for a piece of paper that isn't important.
Horrible job. Sifting through old contract after old contract. I couldn't think of a more horrible job if I wanted to. And you have to do it.
Vampire's Kiss is early in his career, and you can see him becoming Nick Cage.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Consider this moment where he had to cry, and he challenged himself by saying if he could literally do the scene and say boo-hoo. Vampire's Kiss is a movie with no peers. It exists in a category all to itself.
I'm a vampire. Kill me. Kill me.
I highly recommend picking this one up if you see it in the wild, or, better yet, get the DVD or Blu-ray that includes his commentary track.
He is so eccentric.
I'll be back with more movies that came from the dollar store.